Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Saman here, your grammar teacher. Today we are going to study zero conditional sentences. There are four types of conditional sentences: zero conditional, first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. So one by one we are going to study, and let's start with the zero conditional sentences here. First, you should know that what are conditional sentences. Conditional sentences consist of clauses. There are two clauses. One is the if clause and the second is the main clause. If clause, it talks about the conditions, and the main clause, it talks about the result. It means that there is a condition in the first clause, and in the second clause it is the result that you describe. And in conditional sentences, you can also interchange the clauses. There are two clauses. First is if clause, in which there is a condition, and then the main clause, in which there is a result. You can also interchange it like the way first you can write main clause, in which there is result, and then afterwards you can write if clause, in which there is condition. So both the structure will be the same, or you can say the meaning won't change. So you can interchange the clauses as well. Okay, let's see now what are zero conditional sentences. What is the structure of a zero conditional? A zero conditional sentence consists of two clauses, an if clause and a main clause. Note that most zero conditional sentences will mean the same thing if when is used instead of if. It means that when you use when instead of if, it also gives the same meaning. The meaning is not changed, and you can use when instead of if. So in zero conditional we have if clause plus main clause. Look at the example. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. It means that first there is a condition that you have to heat water. This is the if clause, in which there is condition, and then it boils. This is the main clause, in which the result is discussed. So this is the example of zero conditional. Let's see the usage and the examples. Like I just told you, the structure is that you have to use simple present in the if clause and simple present in the main clause also. In both the clauses, in zero conditional sentences, both the clauses should be in present tense, simple present tense, present indefinite tense. Okay, if clause is also in present indefinite, and the main clause, the result that you are describing, that should also be in simple present tense. Look at the usage. The zero conditional describes known facts. Known facts means the universal facts. You know that if you are sitting in Pakistan, if you are sitting in America, or if you are sitting in Saudi Arabia, the same thing applies to everywhere. The facts are same. You cannot change the facts. For example, here you can see ice melts if you heat. If you heat it, the first is the result, ice melts, and second clause is if you heat it, this is the condition. So wherever you are, whenever you whenever you heat, the ice melts. So this is a fact, this is a universal truth or the fact, and it is same all over the world. So when you describe the facts, then you use zero conditional sentences. The second example is, if babies are hungry, they cry. Now see, definitely babies cry when they are hungry. So this is also zero conditional, because this is a fact. If babies are hungry, this is simple present tense. They cry is simple present tense. Both the clauses, you can see in both the sentences, we have if clause is also in simple present, and the result is, the second clause is also in simple present. So let's see more of the examples. Here you can see, if you heat water, it boils. This is a fact, and in both the clauses you can see that simple present tense is used. If you don't give your plants enough water, they die. Now here you can see both the clauses are in simple present tense, and it is a fact that if you don't give water to the plants, they die. If you pick a fish out of water, it dies. Here both the clauses are in present tense, and it is a fact we are telling that if you pick a fish out of water, the fish cannot live without water. You know this. And if you take it out from the water, it dies. This is a natural fact. So here this is an example of zero conditional. If ice cream gets warm, it melts. It means that ice cream, we know that it melts when it warms. Both the clauses are in simple present tense, and this is a fact. So this is an example of zero conditional. Here you can see, I just told you that you can interchange the clauses. You can also say that ice cream melts if it gets warm. Both are giving the same meaning. and by just changing the clauses it doesn't have any effect. So both the sentences are same. Okay, if it rains, you get wet. Here you can also see both the sentences are in simple present tense. If you jump in a lake, you get wet. Both the clauses are in simple present tense, and they are the fact. That's why they are example of zero conditional. Okay, there are some more example. If you wash your hands, you keep healthy. Okay, both the clauses are in present tense, and both the clauses, or you can say the meaning. The example, it gives a universal fact. Okay, if you wash your hands, you keep healthy. If you have fever, you stay at home. If you feel sick, go to the hospital. If you recycle, you save the world. Okay, here in all these sentences, you can see that present simple is used, and secondly, the if clause is there, and in the first clause there is a condition, and in the second clause there is a result. If you have fever, stay at home. The result is telling here in the second clause, the result is there that you should take the precaution and stay at home. Like in all the sentences it is like this. Okay, first is the condition and then is the result. Okay, now there are some more examples of zero conditional. You can see here, you can notice that we are having if plus condition, if condition plus result, and both the clauses will be in simple present. If you leave ice cream in the sun, it melts. If you stand in the rain, you get wet. If you keep milk in the fridge, it lasts longer. If you put water in the freezer, it becomes ice. If I drink coffee at night, it takes me a long time to fall asleep. Now, in all the sentences, we have used simple present tense. In simple present tense, you have to keep one thing in your mind, that when your subject is singular, if it is he, she, it, then you are going to use s with the verb. Like it melts, it lasts, it becomes, it takes. Okay, with he, she, it, and singular subjects. But when you have plural subject, or they, we, you, I, then you do not use s with the verb. Like here you have used you get. You cannot say you gets wet, it will be wrong. She gets wet or you get wet. So this is the main thing, or you can say that this is a major mistake the students make, that when they write simple present tense, they don't use s with the verb when they are having a singular subject. So you have to keep this in your mind, that if the subject is singular, you have to use s with the verb. So these are the example of zero conditional. And this is all about today's lesson. This is the quotation of the day. We all start with zero. We all start at the beginning. Do not give up. So this is for everyone. We all are same. The what is the main thing that makes us different from the other? The thing is that we all start from the same position. But the person who is going to work more hard, he is definitely going to get more result. He is definitely going to enjoy his success, and the person who is not going to give up, a person who is not going to do hard work, or he is not able to compete with the world, then definitely he is not going to enjoy his fruit. So if you want to be successful, you need to work hard, and you don't have to give up. If you will not give up, if you will keep on doing your hard work, or if you keep on moving, then definitely you will get success in future. But if you will give up and you will not put your hard work in your work, then definitely you cannot get anything at the end. So that's all for today. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.